Hello, my fellow limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How you doing on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? How's it going? If you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the Dropbox below. They're in the screens that just went by. I have TikTok. I have Instagram. I have a channel membership. I have a new channel membership starting after the new year, which it will be hot seat coaching, 15 minutes per person-ish. Whatever, after the holidays. I would love and appreciate if you were new here, if you would subscribe and give my video a like. It helps my videos get out there. I've said this a million times. I didn't realize that's what liking videos did for me. So I would love it if you could help me and just give me a like. It is free. It is free to subscribe. Okay? Doesn't cost you nothing. But it does help a bitch out, and I appreciate you for it. For those of you who like the video as soon as it starts, I love you. Can't appreciate you more. There aren't enough words for my appreciation, especially all of you that have been here with me since day one. I appreciate you. I'm in an appreciative mood today. But let me jump right in. Okay. So I've had a couple of coaching calls over the last few weeks. And there is a topic that I feel I'm seeing a pattern. And I think it's a video that would be worthy of our time. And that is when we are focusing on manifesting anything, it really doesn't matter what it is. And in that, we start looking at our 3D. We look for patterns. We'll use the most happiest topic, specific person, relationships. When we're manifesting, especially a person, and this could be family members, parents, friends. It doesn't have to be someone you want, romantic love with. But when we're doing that, one of the first things that we should be doing is taking a look to see, okay, is there a circumstance that's causing me to want to manifest this? Has there been a pattern in your life that maybe there's always third parties, or maybe all your SPs end up turning out to be twats in the middle of the relationship, where they're not very nice and it feels like they trigger you, or they do things to, what's that word? Like gaslight, things like that. So we take a look to see if we have any of those repetitive patterns. And if we do, we want to make sure we're taking a look at that and we are deciding we are this new version. That's basically what we're doing. We are saying goodbye to the old version of ourselves and saying hello to the version of ourselves that is going to have all of their dreams and desires. So if it's whether you're thinking from the standpoint of I'm going to have it or I have it, either one is fine in my eyes. Both work. I've used both. It's okay. Okay. And when we're talking about getting into the new versions of ourselves, that is what embodiment is. That is embodying the state, or AKA, also known as the version of you that has their shit. So the state out of the infinite states that there are, this is the version of you that has the relationship with your specific person, okay? And however you want that relationship to work. What has come up a lot in a few coaching sessions is I'm seeing, and I understand it, I'm seeing the pattern of people saying, well, listen, SP is the one that's saying these things to me. It's not me doing it. It's not me bringing up the subject. SP's bringing up the subject to me. So I'm getting triggered because SP's doing it. Understandable. Or I've seen, I had these experiences in my past with people that weren't lovers. Maybe they were just circumstances in your life. Maybe a teacher, a doctor, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, who cares? Other people in your life have treated you poorly. And you're looking at that like, I don't think that was my fault. I wasn't a bad person. So why do I have to look at that and think, okay, I manifested it. It's all my fault. Manifestation, especially when you didn't even know about manifestation, is never your fault. Never look at it that way. I don't. I do not blame myself for circumstances. If the circumstances bother me enough, I'm going to take a look like, all right, whoa. Who am I being right now? Why is this showing up? What have I left unaddressed? Right? But when we're being triggered by people in our 3D, you know the number one rule. Your feelings are always valid. You are not wrong for feeling upset when you're being triggered by people. I'm not trying to tell you that. But when the thinking is coming up that, well, what am I supposed to do? This is not my fault. They bring it up. It's still coming from you. I'm sorry to burst your bubble on that. So we'll use the example of SP. So maybe SP talks about a certain something. We'll say third party. And it's upsetting you. It's triggering. Your feelings are valid. I'm not trying to tell you that it wouldn't hurt my feelings too. Of course it would. But at the end of the day, if we're trying to experience, unconditional, ravishingly lovely romantic love with that person, we have to really start looking inward, because it's happening. They're showing up and behaving a certain way based on who we are being, period. Like, that's not up for debate. Okay? That is not up for debate. If someone in the past mistreated you and did something wrong, and like I said, especially if you didn't even know about manifestation back then, it's not your fault, but it was a manifestation of yours. But there's never a reason to beat yourself up, blaming and shaming. We don't do that in the HBIC community. We do not do that. But it was a reflection of who you were being at the time, period. Not up for debate. And some of us want to hang on to the blaming and shaming of that person. And if you're trying to manifest that person, that's got to go. That's got to go. Or we ain't going to break through the wall that is still up between you and that manifestation. If you're going to hang on and blame and shame that person. Now, because I keep it 100% real on my channel, I share my true sides, I share my flaws, I share my fuck ups. I'm not telling you that you're expected to be perfect. I'm not. If someone, including SP, shows up and upsets me, triggers me, says something mean or horrible, I respond. I react. If I've overreacted, I'll revise. But in the moment, I don't stifle how I'm thinking and feeling. And I'll respond. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just being honest on who I am. But once I'm back to calm and center mode, and listen, as I've moved along on my journey, I've gotten better at being able to hold it together in those moments. Not perfect, though. They still happen. I don't beat myself up because that manifested. I don't look at it as, oh my God, it's all my fault. No, fuck that. I'm clearly being a version of myself, or I'm in a state where I expect that type of behavior, or even if I'm not thinking that, somehow, some way, that is a reflection of me. Because why did I get so damn triggered? Because there's something within that is telling me a story that it's not favorable anymore. So I still identify that it's coming from within. So who am I being right now? So if SP is bringing up subjects that are triggering to you, who are you being right now? Because you cannot push off back onto SP, not in the manifestation world. And I know that can suck. Because if somebody treats me like shit, I'm going to respond. I'm going to fucking put them in their place. I'm going to be angry at them. I'm going to have the same response that you're having. But what you are losing in the connection is, once you've had your moment, you've got to come back in and wonder why we're still being triggered by that or by that subject. Because there are no obstacles in your life. There are no obstacles to your person or to anything you're manifesting. There are no obstacles. You are the only thing that can get in the way of your manifestation. And by get in the way, I mean, are we taking a look at all of our beliefs? And if we have a belief of not feeling good enough, not feeling chosen, not feeling like a priority, fear of abandonment, and we have not focused on being the new version of ourselves who doesn't have those beliefs, and things are still showing up, there's your issue. There it is. We still don't feel good enough. We still see third party as an obstacle to me having what I want. There are no obstacles. There are no obstacles. And the sooner you get yourself to the place of seeing that third party as nothing of importance, the sooner we drop it from our awareness, which you're not expected to be perfect at or instantly drop. No one's expecting you to do that. But we've got to relink our chains here. Because yes, it's annoying if things show up in our 3D and we get triggered. Yes, it can be painful sometimes when we look at experiences in our past where someone has done us wrong and we are still holding hostility and anger towards that person. I understand. Okay, I used to be a fabulous grudge keeper. I was fabulous. I did not want to let that go. I didn't want to let that part of me go. Because I'm a little embarrassed to admit, I've always been a tit for tat bitch. And I had to let some of that shit go so I could move my state and start getting what I want. You're not wrong for feeling upset when you think about wrongdoings. But once you've had your emotional moment, we got to let it go. We got to let it go. No one in your 3D is acting on their own volition. They are reflecting you. And I'm saying that from love, not blame and shame. It's never about beating ourselves up for things that show up. It's about seeing it for what it is and deciding you're not that person anymore. And start shifting your damn state. There is no free will. It's like you're in your own little bubble, your reality. It's your little bubble where we are intermingling. But the versions of anybody you're intermingling with are showing up, reflecting directly who you think you are. Period. Okay? Now on that note, how about we see you tomorrow?